Chicago celebrates 29 years on Broadway this year, and this episode of the Broadway Show is all about it. I'm Tamsen Fadal. It's going to be a fun one because Chicago is one of my favorite musicals of all time, and I'm so excited to share it with you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to see a story of murder, greed, corruption, violence, exploitation, adultery, and treachery. All the things that we hold near and dear to our hearts. Thank you.
I actually had a chance to make my one-night-only guest appearance on stage.
Give the old razzle, dazzle.
And you might not realize this, but even in a small part, just for one night, it takes a lot of work to get ready. I brought our cameras with me when I went into the rehearsal room, and it was a blast.
Let's have you step this way, boom, boom. We're gonna go opposite each other.
Obviously, I'm so amazed by everything that we just did. But, you know, I've interviewed a couple of the stars, obviously, that you have trained and done the training outside of, I just never understood that you did it off the stage in a studio like this, and then they come on and it might be one or two times with the rest of the cast. Is that right?
We do sort of a put-in with their people,
Okay.
but we do, like I would say half and half on stage so that people can really get used to the space,
Right.
and then be in a mirror, because mirror is you know, foundational in terms of how do you get to see yourself and you
Right.
get to see the other person, like so that they get to see what I'm doing and learn both visually and on their own bodies, see what they're doing. So that we know that we're in the same world.
Because we did it without music first, right?
Without music,
Nothing,
yeah.
just like
Set
with
up the structure,
beats,
yep.
and then we have the music and it counts
It's
it
the
out.
same way that we work marrying dance with their songs.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it all at the same time. So we're not always doing everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Learn the dance, learn the music, and then put it together.
If someone doesn't know Fosse, what is Fosse? Like, describe it in words,
So,
you know.
Fosse is a lot about isolation. There's this wonderful use of the floor. You know, you'll see a lot of the times we're down.
Yeah.
But also elbows, wrists, hands. You know, there's all this wonderful articulation through the joints and isolation. So we're not necessarily this huge dancing.
No.
It's pulled in and contained movement. People think they come in for an audition and they think, oh, this is easy. It's just, and they're
Right.
like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah, I think I remember it all. I don't know.
Amazing. No,
I don't know if I remember it all,
no, but it's already amazing.
Okay.
It's already amazing.
You're amazing.
But that was just day one. Then the real work began. I headed to the Ambassador Theater for a full day of rehearsal, including my opening monologue.
You're about to see a story of murder, greed, corruption.
There's intrigue in each one of those,
Okay,
and
so
I
slow it
always
down.
say, pick one that's your favorite.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Violence, exploitation, adultery, and treachery. You always seem to have a little bit something different going on because you all are one of the shows, big shows, willing to move people in and out along with so many members of the cast.
We do. We change principles fairly regularly. There's pros and cons to everything. What I love about that, though, is that you kind of are always getting a fresh take on the show. This show never gets stale because everybody has to listen all the time, because 6 weeks later you may have a different Roxy and they say things differently, so you really have to pay attention.
Bum, bum, bottom.
Ooh, I came too soon.
No, that was perfect, because then you'll be in time to do your bum, bum. And step, the
3, 4.
and boom, beat and feather
All right, so now we're officially inside the theater on the stage. This feels different. It feels
I bet
different.
it does. It's nice to be in the actual space.
It does. There's steps too.
Well, there's a lot for you to deal with here, but you're handling it beautifully. You're navigating all of those levels. I love
Thank
your
you.
musicality. I like how you're hearing, you're hearing, you know, literally every phrase that we're doing, linking it to the next one. That's not an easy thing to do.
We were talking earlier about there's just no other show like this. I mean, I really do believe that in my heart. Like, there's no other show like it.
There's no other show for triple threat, you know, performers like Chicago. It is us.
Yeah.
There's, you know, you're seeing us in the show.
Yeah.
You know, we're not hidden by anything. So we are having to bring the essence of Fosse and this great storytelling for 1,100 people. It's an intimate house, actually.
Is it 1,100?
It's 1,100, but it is not, you know, for Broadway, you know, theaters. It's not huge.
Right. For me, it's going to be huge. For me, it'll be huge. Okay, what do you think?
This is great. You look super sexy. You feel good?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wondered. I have one more thing. Do you want to take a look at one more thing?
Yeah. We tried on 2 costumes. We settled on one. You already had your mind set on one.
Well, this looks more like you. Like you have this similar attitude.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Can you show me some of the different ones you have here? I mean, I know we saw the pants, right?
Sure.
We did the pants.
There's 2 different fishnet bodysuit looks.
Okay.
One is the Caitlin Carter, named for the original who wore it. And she's just a panty and a bra. The bra's got some applique on it, some PVC, kind of like your shoes, so there's like a little shine to it. Like there's one called the Liza look, and that's kind of based on the Liza in Cabaret. We do that a lot with the hair and stuff too. Like a lot of times there's like a Gwen Verdon hair look, or like a long ponytail that's based on the Rich Man's Frug.
Yeah.
The clothes are really like 30s in that they're like pinstriped and checks for the men's, but they're also like dance pants, and they're from the Fosse period, so they're a bell bottom, right? So it's lots of little things that mix it all together.
Give 'em the old razzle dazzle, razzle dazzle.
And that all, of course, led to my Broadway return on stage at America's longest running musical, Chicago.
And the reaction will be passionate. Give 'em the old hocus pocus, bead and feather on.
Chicago is a reigning long runner on Broadway with iconic music by John Kander, lyrics by Fred Ebb, and a book by Ebb and Bob Fosse. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
Here we are with Broadway's Velma Kelly. Iconic. I mean, like, isn't that a cool thing to get to say?
It's a dream come true, truly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
People are kind of obsessed with your Velma. I mean, you've shown up, and people are really, I mean, people are talking about you. It's a fantastic turn. I'm sure even when you walk down the wall to go into the theater, you get to see all the actresses who played Velma Kelly. I mean, it's wild to be on that list, I'm sure.
It's crazy,
I mean, they put your name up there, right? Like, you made it on the wall.
That wall is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every single person that has played every single role. It does remind you the legacy of the show when you're walking down towards the stage door. You're like, wow. So to hear that people are enjoying it and are recognizing it, and it means the world.
Where did the Velma Kelly, did it come from the movie? Did you see the movie? Yeah, tell me about that.
Yes, so I was 11 years old. Everyone in my life is like, you're obsessed with Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I am. It's true. So I went and saw the movie when I was 11 years old in Swansea, in Wales, where I'm from. My mum took me to the cinema. And my mum, when I watched the movie, I was like obsessed, obviously. Yeah. I was dancing loads at that time, and it was just, the movie is incredible. And my mum said, you do know who that is, don't you? The girl who played Velma Kelly. And I was like, no. She was like, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones. She's Welsh, you know. She's from where we're from. And that was it. Because she was from where I was from, I was like, well, that means I can do it too. And from that moment, it was my dream. And now I'm playing the role on Broadway. It is bonkers.
Wow.
I still don't believe it.
Have you met her yet?
No, and I don't think I can. I think I would just...
Yeah, what would that moment look like?
Oh, I think I'd really embarrass myself and either just become like a giggly little girl and not think of anything cool to say, or just be like, really awkwardly silent.
Talk about dance. Talk about the language of the choreography. It's been obviously very discussed throughout culture for many, many years. But like, how do you describe it?
I would say specific.
Yeah.
There are just the things that you might not even notice, but like it'll be like a tilt of the wrist. And if you don't do that, it doesn't look right. The minute you tilt the wrist to the correct angle, and everyone does it, it's like beautiful. And like just there's so much isolation. There's so much discipline that you have to have performing Fosse style, because the majority of the time there's less freedom for you to sort of do your own thing and add your own spin on it. And I think maybe some dancers might find that restrictive, but I think there's beauty in that, like the discipline to like hit those exact shapes. And I just think it hits so amazing when everyone does together. Like the impact is phenomenal. And that's why the show still is incredible to watch.
Chicago isn't just a Broadway cast, it's a Broadway family. Charlie Cooper took a walk with the musical's longtime Go to Hell Kitty.
You guys are coming up on the 29th anniversary of Chicago.
29 years.
Can you believe it?
No. I mean, shows are not supposed to run for 29 years.
And people are not supposed to be obsessed with it for all 29 years. And yet, here we are.
Yeah.
Should we start walking?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Got a long way to go.
We do. So I am just super excited to be here with you because we are at like this 8.5-year mark for you. You are one of the longest running cast members of Chicago. What does that feel like for you?
Honestly, it's unbelievable. When I joined the show, I made my Broadway debut, and right after I did a little interview, and I remember saying something along the lines of like, at my age, you don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like getting on Broadway at...
Well, you said that with us.
I'm gonna get emotional, just like knowing that I'm on Broadway and how exciting that is. And you know, when you get to my age, you don't really think that it's possible anymore. And it really is. It's just one person to believe in you and one show to give you your chance.
It's like full circle, here I am,
right,
talking to you guys again, and I'm still here.
You are.
Honestly, it is a little unbelievable that 8.5 years later, so much life has happened. We had a global pandemic. I'm understudy a principal role. I had a child. I got married. Like all these things, life happened here, and in the backdrop of Chicago the musical, and there's so much to celebrate.
So Jessica, I mean, 29 years for Chicago, 8.5 for you.
Yeah.
How do you keep your role and just this show fresh?
I mean, there are definitely nights where it's harder than others. Having a life outside of the show helps because, you know, I have a 13-month-old and every day is different. He's learning something new, he's doing something different. I'm bending over to help him walk, and so my body is aching in different places. So you have a different take on the show every night. And you have to just keep it fresh because it might be someone's very first time seeing the show, which hard to believe that there are people who haven't seen Chicago, but
incredible.
It might be. And so you want, even though I've done it, oh gosh.
Have you counted?
No, at 1,000, I stopped counting. I said there's no point, and that was before the pandemic, so that was, it's been thousands.
Oh my God.
And at that point, it's my thousandth show,
Sure.
But so-and-so might be there first.
Yeah, it's so exciting just to see people lined up, to see you be your best and do your best, and listen, we're here, so.
Well, to see me and the bevy of celebrities and
Indeed.
people that come through, which keeps it fresh.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much, and
Thank
we're
you.
at work. Break a leg.
All right, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And you can get your tickets to Chicago over at Broadway.com. The Broadway Show's back in just a sec. Chicago has amazing stars in the musical all the time, from theater veterans to movie and TV stars and more.
And the latest stars to join the company of Chicago are Tony nominee Kate Baldwin and Tony Award winner Alex Newell.
It was something that I never thought would be on my bingo card, if I'm being totally honest. And actually, last spring, I went back to see the show, and I watched the show, and I was like, oh my God, it is so good. The writing is so fabulous, the choreography is like unparalleled, and the spirit of the show just filled me with joy. It was nothing but fun. So I was like, why wouldn't I want to be a part of this?
When a show is so prevalent and so dominant in one place for so long, it creates its own legacy, and it creates such like a nostalgia that people can run towards, because I think people just always want to feel comfortable when they come to see theater.
And it takes an incredible casting director to make it happen. Here's Perry Soon.
Joined now by Duncan Stewart and Brett England, two of the most influential people in this, cornerstone of Broadway that is Chicago. One of the things I think that has kept, something that is so essential to Broadway in Chicago so fresh and so new, even 29 years later, is some of that star casting you guys have done. Obviously, Alex Newell and Kate Baldwin coming in right now.
Yep.
What is that process like? I guess we'll start with those two when you're reaching out to be like, hey, do you guys want to come be a part of Chicago the musical?
I think that legacy, and they're like bucket list roles, right? I mean, everyone grows up in musical theater thinking like, oh, I want to play Roxy one day.
Yeah.
But the show is just so ever relevant, and even more so it feels like as the years pass by, that I think people never discount Chicago. They always think that'd be a great place to land.
How does that process go as you look at the names of people you might be interested in casting?
It's so funny, you know, I'll start in the back end of this thing. The worst game you can play to me at a party is like, hey, do you know so-and-so should be in Chicago? I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Yes, Dolly Parton for Mama, we know. These lists have been going on and on and on. It's about timing. I've always said this about the star casting of Chicago. Don't ask what Chicago can do for you, ask what you can do for Chicago. Meaning, you know, like these people come in, Sofia Vergara, she wanted a platform here, she got it. Usher wanted more stage cred, and that's why he did it. The list is endless, and I should also say one thing. For every star that we say yes to, we probably say no to about, 25 to 30 others at the same time? People don't just walk into this revolving door of casting for Chicago. It's thought about, it's intentional, and I think most times, we've been lucky. And we tailor the roles to the person that's coming in. So that's appealing to these people. Pam Anderson, I think of that. And I look at her current success right now. We auditioned Pam Anderson years ago. In her audition, she was shaking. And she says, I feel nervous. I never get nervous like this. And I said, what are you nervous for? She said, well, you know, I want to show my sons that their mother can do something like this. And she also said one other great thing. She said, I am Roxy Hart. And I said, why? And she said, because I'm a girl trapped in a woman's body. And that is what Roxy Hart is. So the show can be tailored around these people.
Any dream cast of, you know, Chicago?
Well, I just have to say, if Lady Gaga's listening to this, there's a role for her.
Chicago continues to razzle dazzle on Broadway. Here's Beth Stevens with another edition of Building Broadway.
How do you describe the story if someone asks you?
I always look at it as a story of what we will do in order to become celebrities in this world. And that's the story. That's been the story. I think that was the story when Maureen Dallas Watkins wrote it originally, when it was turned into early movies at the time.
Based on true events, right?
That's right. She was a reporter for the Chicago Trib, and these in 25, 26. And she followed the stories of Beulah Anand and Belva Gertner. And these two women were arrested in jail for having killed their lovers in very much the same way they do in Chicago. And they became sensational because they were so beautiful. And she wrote the stories about it, and people loved the stories, and they followed it. And she quit the newspaper business. She went to drama school. She wrote this play, and the play called Chicago, and it became a hit. But from that point on, that play, that story just kept continuing to come back. And in movies, there was a Ginger Rogers movie. And finally, when it came up in the late 60s to do an adaptation of it, there it was still that same story about people who will do anything to become a celebrity.
So there you are, you've got all of this source material, you have the play, you have the original work. How did you streamline it and make it, it's like an engine, it just goes so quickly.
Walter Bobby and Anne Reinking had a very clear idea of how they wanted it done, and it was to really reduce everything down to its essence. So you'll notice there are no props in the show, and there are no props in the script, so all the props disappeared from the original. There's no scenery in this show. There's no doors, there's no windows that come in, there's no flats that come on. All that was cut. So what we were doing was finding ways to get down to the essence of what the story was, and if a speech was in 3 sentences or 3 lines, could you do it in 1? So it was all about taking it down to its absolute essence. And in a lot of ways, that's what the staging did as well. They pushed everything right to the edge of the stage. Everything is in 1. Everything is right at the edge of the stage and right there with the audience.
Well, Chicago, when it was first conceived with Bob Fosse on the creative team and driving it, it was a vaudeville. And I don't even know if audiences know what a vaudeville is now, but it still works. So tell me why that structure is so meaningful and works even today.
Yeah, the vaudeville structure is really the root of a lot of the entertainment we have in the world today, including like Saturday Night Live. It's that idea of very short skits and vignettes and songs and dances. And you would have different stars doing them in different styles and different stars doing different music, and it was fun. It allows you to say, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a tap dance, or now we're going to sing a song, and it's going to be a song of great, you know, if anything that you wanted it to be. You can go anywhere. And that's the great thing about a vaudeville, and that's what became the engine to tell that story and make it about, you know, it being as outrageous as you needed it to be.
That's all for now. I'll see you next time. I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is The Broadway Show.